Yo, we're back with another one. Look, man, I recently discovered a life-changing manga. A manga that's really amazing. A manga that you should really check out. And it's called The Climber by Shinichi Sakamoto. This is a really fucking good story. And I want to talk about it. I've heard so much about this manga. To think, when people hype up a manga, and when they really hype it up, I usually tend to believe a lot of people because I got this recommended from the Masked Man, and I didn't see it. Like, he recommended this like a couple years ago, I think, or a year or so ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I just know I had this in the vault. People was talking about, yeah, it was life changing, and I was like, oh, this is probably just a story. I didn't think it was gonna be a story this deep about just about a whole bunch of like self reflection, and it made me think about my life. But this story, when I first started, I thought it was just gonna be a typical climbing manga. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like one of them sports type of mangas where it's really good and it just lives up to the hype. It blew my mind from what it actually was. It was completely different from that. Like, don't get me wrong, it has climbing in there, but it's just more of a self journey. The main character name is Mori Bunataru, and he's a character from the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm not gonna spoil anything yet, but I will let y'all know when I'm going to get to the spoilers part. But at the beginning, the boy did not talk that much. He was very socially awkward. It was just so crazy to see how much he changed over time. That's all I would say about him for there. You can say that for a lot of the main characters that we had first started out with. It's just an emotion. It's just an emotional roller coaster of things, man. This shit just felt. I was just thinking, like, bro, this shit ever changed for my boy? It was just so much, and the art is so fucking beautiful. You could just sit there and just read the panels, like not even read, just look at them. The artist did a fucking amazing job on it. I swear to God. Just keep looking at the panels and see how beautiful they are. Alright, so before I get into spoilers, I'm going to say this. If you have not read this yet, I highly recommend you go read this. You should go read this, anytime you want to, but put this in your playlist or something you want to read. I had this in the vault for about a year or so, and I really think this is a manga that a lot of people enjoy, especially in... I can't really say, because I feel like you just got to be a bit more mature with sending mangas. This one actually was really, 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 really good. When I mean this is a peak manga, I think this is truly one of the peak mangas. From the characters, the climbing, the story, the development, the ending, I think everything was great about this. That's all I'm going to say. And other than that, spoilers ahead, spoilers ahead, spoilers ahead. All right, now, if you're still here after I just said spoilers ahead, well, my bad, man. I mean, well, not really my bad. That's on you. I think seeing how Yumi and Mayumoto had ended up turning out was such the saddest shit ever. Even Takumaru, I hated Yumi, bro. Yumi seems like such a good girl at first, and then what she did to Mori. Bro, Mori was looking at women so different for a while. Even though he ended up being right about that one girl that ended up falling down the stairs. And he was just hiding in the closet. Mori used to shut himself in so much. It was so amazing to see his development. And the coach that fucking died, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. So soon. It was so soon. I couldn't believe he got hit by a boulder. After he was so shocked that his mans had told him, or the dude that he hated, because he ended up lying about his wife or his future fiance she cut the rope. And that was such a crazy plot twist, because I went from hating that guy to really liking him to really fucking with him. And I'm mad I can't remember his name because I'm looking at a list of characters and he's not on here right now. But these are just top 10 characters right now. And he went from oh, this dude's a piece of shit to oh my god. I understand, but I was like, he didn't have to lie like that and said he cut the rope. He could have said his wife or his girl cut the rope. She cut the rope and died. And I was just like, the only way. It's so funny to see how people cope with stuff. I feel like this is it's a good way to analyze. Like, I feel like this is a good way to analyze how some people actually do stuff in real life. Because the way Yumi changed, ooh, my blood was boiling. Yumi did our boy Mori dirty. Even while grown, we ran into her so many different times. She jugged money off my boy. And he just sat there. Like, he just sat there because he just didn't know how to, like, talk to people at first. Or really talk as well. She was such a bitch, bro. But it's just the epitome of what people can turn out to be. It's like, you know somebody for so long, like, oh yeah, this dude used to be the coolest dude ever. And then you meet them like, what was this, maybe 5 or 6 years later at that current part of that story before it went to like maybe 7 to 8. And it's just crazy to see how much people change over time. Yumi changed so much throughout the whole story. She became what the rumor said she was. A fucking hoe. But but it's just crazy that she actually gave in to them rumors and was just doing that. Cause she fucked up Takumaru bad, bro. This dude was like, bro, it was like I was reading off the online and the dudes in the comments had me rolling. They said, this is what bad pussy does to you. I said, no, this is what happens when this is the first time you get some vagina, man. It's just crazy, bro. I don't know. That'll probably happen to everybody, but the first taste of it, ooh, Takimaru, like the visualization of how he was when he first got some and felt all of it. It was such a beautiful representation of how they did it. The shit was amazing. But she fucked his head up super bad. And he ended up dying later because he wanted to go home, but he ended up fucking up and got hit. I said, damn. Miyamoto, man, it's so sad to see. It's crazy I keep saying it's so sad to see because we see Mori just have a hard life for the first so many years. But it's crazy to see what happened to him, bro. Dude lied about going overseas. He lied about all that shit. He just lied. And then I knew he was a fraud because he looked, I don't know why, but when some characters start to look different, you can just tell something's off about him. And then Mori ended up doing that climbing, tracking, and seeing that he was lying. And he had that, like, it's like a hook blade from Assassin's Creed. That's what he had. And hey, I made that reference. It was just so sad to see that he jugged Mori for his money, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. It was just so fucking sad to see shit like that happen. I was so fucking like hurt. Cause I knew he was up to something no good, bro. I can't believe he just lied. They say he was just drinking around and doing that shit the whole time. It is so crazy. Cause he thought he was gonna be a good dude. I swear, half of these characters, you seem like they was gonna be good dudes, but they were pieces of shit. Think about that whole crew from what was it, the K2, was it E2 Face or whatever? My bad, y'all. I'm not good at remembering the names for this. And that whole group ended up being a piece of shit. All of them ended up being pieces of shit. And they all ended up dying. But Mori is so fucking, like, such a great protagonist, bro. Oh my god. I gotta read this in a couple of years when I get older, just to see how my perspective changes on the story. But he's such a great dude, bro. Mori went through a lot, man. And the art to look at how Mori looked from the beginning to how he looked in the end was so fucking amazing. So one quick little complaint. It ain't nothing major. But when they first started out and we met that one dude named Kyoto or Hara Kyoto, bro, did it ever throw y'all off when the dude didn't draw his neck? It was like, no, his chin, because it's like you can see his neck. I don't know why. It was the weirdest shit ever. It was the weirdest shit ever. It just looked so fucking funny to me, bro. Because I'm like, this shit look wrong. And I'm like, bro, what is going on? Because I think it was at first, when they first started up, they didn't really know how to draw it as well. Ended up being fine anyway. It didn't matter. But just the beginning stages were so hilarious looking at characters with no chins. And they just looking like, it looked like you know how a super fat person like has like a big ass like neck and it's just like all cut, like all connected with the chin and shit. Like you got extra chin fat. That's how some of the characters looked in the beginning. It was so fucking hilarious. Taku Nimi. So he pissed me off at first. And then like just we get to learn about his whole life story before he passed and all that. And it's crazy how everybody come from different backgrounds, but he was like he was weird because they abandoned Mori. They let old dude die. What's his name? Case Akayo. There was the other dude that kept when Mori was following him. I can't remember his name. He kept running away from him because he kept saying it was like his dad and all that. I just feel like there was so much going on. Mori is a soldier, dog. When I mean he's a soldier, that nigga's an ultimate survivor. Mori the Immortal. That's his name. But just watching that arc, reading that arc, I think that was my personal favorite arc. Besides him meeting his wife. But it was just so cool. Just so fucking cool. It just made you realize, like, we just kept running to hella pieces of shit, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. It was hella pieces of shit in the story, bro. And I feel like that's the unfortunate part about life. There's a lot of bad humans. Like, I know I try my best to be a good person, bro. Not every damn be the best person, but the way they was treating these people, I was like, bro, I can't be no piece of shit like that, bro. Because that is crazy. There was just people that was just doing stuff for their own game, which that usually happens in life. Not everybody is built the same as you that's listening to this. Nobody. We're all built different. That's just the unfortunate part about life. But you just got to try your best to be selfless as possible for you. For you, not for anybody else. If you don't want to be selfless, that's fine. You can be selfish. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's just so crazy to me how people can just do stuff like that without any remorse. You see how the story got me going on and just thinking about real life. This is why I love mangas like this. It just made me think. It was fucking with me psychologically. Because there's plenty of times where Mori could have just did everybody dirty, which he didn't. And it's just like, it's just so crazy, bro. And lastly, that final arc. Well, let's talk about Mori's wife. She's an amazing lady. I was so scared that she was going to do him dirty. But we got to learn her backstory. I was like, oh my God. He came back from the mountains. They got married. They had a baby. And oh my gosh. I was so scared in that last arc thinking Mori was finna die. He lost his fingers. A couple of his fingers and a couple of his toes. But he came back. Finna have another baby. Oh man. That shit was awesome, bro. That shit was awesome. When I mean it was awesome, that shit was awesome. Truly. That shit was amazing. I really do enjoy that. It was so fucking good. Cause my heart was racing. I was like, this how you know I'm really attached to characters like that. When my heart is racing and I don't know what's gonna happen next. I love that there's manga like this that I didn't know about. People don't spoil it. JJK fans. I got forced to keep up with that shit. But here, I took like a 2-week break, came back and finished it. And it was just so good, bro. The manga was so good. Hannah is really a really good compliment piece, and Mori being able to talk to her and asking her out, wanting her to be with her, wanting her to be with him. It's just so amazing that she said yeah. It was so cool how he saved her, and she had caught him. It was weird because he was switching her clothes, and she had rubbed his face. I was like, and they talking about 3 years later. I said, no, what the fuck? He said 3 years later. And he ended up explaining it, which was fine. I was just overreacting, but it was just so cool, bro. Watching those two dynamics happen. Mori actually finding love, because it's like the third or fourth girl that... This is the third or fourth girl. I'm pretty sure this might be the fourth one, but the third one, she didn't care for him like that. The other one was using him for a house, and she was just gonna give him ass. And the first one just took his money. It was just like, correct me if I'm wrong. It was Yumi, that one girl with the black hair that he thought she looked like a praying mantis, and then that one girl named Io, I'm pretty sure, and then it was Hannah. Cause that boy was focused on everything. But like I said, bro, this is an amazing story. This ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would, but who cares? I'm just here to talk about how much I love this manga and enjoy it. And this is probably the best manga I've read recently within this past year. Amazing, amazing manga. I fucking love it. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.